Damn. Why do we love? Why? Love haters. I get it. You want love, but don't want to give it. Don't know why you getting out on your feelings. I told you I was still healing. I told you I was still damaged. All these crosses made me a savage. Bitch, I thought you was a boss. You around here acting like an average. I need loyalty, fuck love. See, babe, I was raised off tough love, but I'm getting better. I'm smoking this pressure, but I need you, baby. Fuck drugs. Everybody got.
Welcome back. Welcome to another episode of Chicago Unfiltered. I'm your host, Molly Balleray. This episode is called Comfort Killing Us, the comfort that kills us. Is comfort killing us? What's good? What's dangerous? What's uncomfortable? This is Chicago Unfiltered, where the truth don't whisper. It's spin a block and pull up uninvited. And tonight, yeah, we ain't being polite. Nah. Not tonight. Tonight is more so a conversation. We're going to do this a little different. We're going to switch it up from the regular topics that we normally talk about and be more, just a more personal one. Because actually, I'm speaking to those go-getters. I'm speaking to the ones that, without a shadow of a doubt, can hear something, see something, and make something happen from what they see. The ones that can walk and chew gum. So tonight, we not being politically correct. We doing personally responsibility, because I know everybody tired of seeing this. The world mad. We still in love with our own bad habits though. Everybody tired. Everybody stressed. Everybody working on themselves. But somehow nobody's changing. So if you here for comfort right now, this ain't the episode. If you here for growth, strap in, get in tune. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it.
This is Chicago Unfiltered, where the truth don't whisper, they spin the block and pull up uninvited.
Now this topic is called Everybody a Victim, Nobody a Volunteer. Let's get straight into it. No bullshit. When did being grown stop meaning being responsible?
Everybody's got a story about how they got here. A reason they're stuck, a finger to point. But who steps up? Who picks up the pieces, the trash, the neighbor? Being grown used to mean being responsible. When did that change?
Everybody got trauma, right? Everybody got triggers. Everybody got a story. But who got a plan? At some point, trauma stopped being the explanation and started being a crutch with good marketing. We love saying protect my peace, but what we really protecting is our comfort. We don't want to grow. We don't want growth. We want validation. And don't get me wrong, pain is real, but so is the patterns. If everybody you date crazy, if every job you go to toxic, if every friend is fake, at what point do we stop rebuking demons and start checking our decisions? Accountability became disrespect somehow. Correction became hate somehow. But you can't heal what you won't admit to. And you know what's really crazy? Right after we finish crying about how hard life is, guess what we do? We go straight to Instagram like, yeah, I'm up though. Flashing cash and showing our ass. Posting bottles, fits, vacations, vibes. Now don't get me wrong, ain't nothing wrong with that. But also remember, the rent exists, which brings me to the next problem. In the next segment, it's called broke but ballin', rich on cap or BAP. Why everybody flexing but can't miss a paycheck?
Broke but ballin', rich and bap. That's me. Spent the rent on the hoodie. Now I'm counting quarters for bus fare. But check the fit. Hoodie's fangs, kicks are clean, chains loud. Bank account $18.12, but the drip's priceless. Still, you gotta share.
Why we got design on our backs and credit card debt and collections? Why are we buying lifestyles we can't sustain to impress people who really don't care? That ain't success, man. It's financial cosplay. We clown people for saving, shame people for being boring, but the same folks screaming, YOLO, you only live once, be sweating when the car light come on. Real money move quiet, man, but quiet don't trend. So everybody want to look rich instead of learning how to be free. And what's really wild is the same fake lifestyle pressure, people bringing that straight into relationships. Now everybody trying to date for an image and not alignment, which is why We want love, but can't stand honesty.
We want love, but we can't stand honesty. Everybody want loyalty. Nobody want accountability. That's the difference between a wish and work. Out here, the truth hurts, but it's the only thing that keeps us together.
Chicago Unfiltered.
Everybody want loyalty. Nobody want accountability. Everybody want honesty until they hear something they don't like. We want passion without effort, trust without transparency, commitment without consistency. Half of us not healed. We just lonely and nostalgic, calling it love when it's really chemistry and trauma bonding. Some people don't want partners. They want emotional support humans. And then we confuse why nothing lasts. Love is work. Love is uncomfortable. Love is choosing somebody even when they annoying. But we addicted to butterflies. And butterflies is just anxiety with good PR. And see, the same way we dodge accountability and love, we do that in the world too. We always mad at something outside of us, which leads to my next segment. Loud about problems, quiet about solutions.
Loud about the problems. Government, police, schools, economy, and some of that criticism, valid. But what are we building? Show me the plans. Show me the bricks. Solutions don't gotta shout. They gotta work. Chicago.
Let me repeat that. We're loud about the problems, but we're quiet about the solutions. Everybody mad at the system, the government, police, schools, economy. And some of that criticism, well, majority of that criticism is valid. But what are we building? What are we building in this current moment? What are we building? We know the problems. We know everything that's going on. We lack no resource to information except the things that is intentionally hidden from us. But what are we building? That's the question. What are we building? See, we got energy for outrage, right? But no energy for organizing. We argue online for hours, but won't read, learn, or plan. Systems love distracted people. I repeat, systems love distracted people. If you sustain, then you're a regular person. If you stay entertained, you stay controllable. That ain't conspiracy, that's strategy. But here's the part people hate. Even inside a messed up system, you still gotta manage yourself. And most people can't even do that. Which brings me to this next topic. Everybody wanna be a boss, but don't nobody wanna be trainable. Everybody a CEO now. Everybody got a brand.
Boss. Everybody want to be a boss. Nobody want to be trainable. In this city, you can't fake the grind. You ain't built alone. Steel sharpens steel. Training makes titles. Everybody wants to lead, but few want to listen.
Everybody allergic to instructions, though. Can't nobody be coached. You can't build nothing if you think you already know everything. You can't be a boss if you never learn how to follow. We want authority without expertise. Respect without results. Sometimes you gotta show up and learn, but pride be louder than progress, which leads to my next topic. Performance. Pride to performance. Let me explain. And while we at it, can we stop pretending loud equals winning? Please, could we stop pretending loud equals winning? Because some of the loudest people be struggling the hardest. Confusing loud with confident, broke with cute. Being loud don't mean you right.
Being loud don't mean you're right. Being flashy don't mean you're winning. Steady is confidence. Calm is power. Chicago Unfiltered. Don't confuse loud with confident or broke with cute.
Being flashy don't mean you winning. Some people think confidence is aggression. That ain't confidence. That's insecurity with value. And why we romanticize struggle? Struggle's supposed to be temporary, not your brand. Peace feel boring to people addicted to chaos, but boring builds futures. And see, once you're addicted to chaos, you start choosing familiar pain over unfamiliar progress, which is why we don't want freedom. We want comfortable chains.
We don't ask for freedom. We settle for comfortable chains, a paycheck that keeps the fridge humming barely, headlines and car chases to keep the mind busy. We trade our breath for...
A lot of people don't want freedom. They want predictable struggle. Let me explain. Just enough money not to starve is cool with some. Just enough drama to stay distracted is cool with some. Because freedom requires discipline. Chains feel safer when you know how long they are. Growth feels risky to people nowadays, addicted to routine suffering. And then when people don't make it out, we act surprised. We act emotional. But do we change? That leads to my next topic. This topic is titled, We Love Dead Legends, but Hate Living Accountability.
In this city, we paint halos on the walls. We name streets after people we used to ignore. We love dead legends. But when somebody living asks us to change, to be better, we scroll, we clown. We hate that kind of accountability. Chicago's raw like that. Beautiful, loud, stubborn. You love the story when it's over, but you fear.
Let somebody die and everybody is woke. Speaking of that, salute Martin Luther King. Happy birthday to Martin Luther King. Let somebody die, everybody woke. Quotes, posts, murals, but where was that energy when people was trying to change? Dead heroes don't challenge us. Living leaders do. We love sacrifice stories, but hate discipline routines. We honor outcomes, but ignore processes. That's why all of the cycles repeat. Where are my cycle breakers? Nowadays, we're living in a circumstance where jealousy and hate is disguised as a joke. Insecurities disguised as trauma bonding. And while we talking about repeating cycles, let's go where everybody already met. Men versus women. This men versus women topic is ridiculous, slow, dumb, and retarded. Men need women like women need men, period.
Who's responsible for this
Everybody
dysfunction?
want rights.
But nobody want responsibility.
Men take more.
Balance, y'all. Look around broken homes everywhere.
Y'all keep kicking us out. All of us.
Rights mean nothing if nobody carries the weight.
Everybody want rights, nobody want responsibility. Men want submission without stability. Women want protection without respect. Men want loyalty while entertaining everything. Women want commitment while addicted to toxic excitement. Everybody want love, nobody want to grow. We dating with childhood wounds and adult expectations. Can't build families on vibes and trauma. We can't build them at all. And do you know what's making this even worse? iPhones, well, new phones, the phones, period, screens, endless distraction. Right now, you can be distracted without even wanting to be distracted. We're living in a time where it's harder to focus than ever before. Think about it. Have you ever went online and searched for something and a notification popped up and you click on that notification and never got to what you were trying to get to? I know I'm not the only one. We're living in the age of distraction because with more distractions become more.
Everything scroll. Scroll again. Your thumb is busy, but your heart is heavy. All these little red hearts, and you still feel empty. The world keeps happening outside the frame, and you keep missing it. Look up. Breathe.
Control. You think in a world going crazy and everything is chaotic. There's a term called organized chaos. Look it up. Social media got y'all distracted and depressed, man. We wake up and scroll, eat, scroll, mad, scroll. You got more people out here making posts, subliminal posts about people that they can talk directly to. One thing I never understood is why if a person in a relationship never posts your accomplishments, never posts anything good you do, would turn and then post something that pours salt on you, that talk down, that demeans your character. To me, that's fake. I don't know about y'all, but to me, that's fake. Let's say like this guy, he never posts his girlfriend on the page, never does anything. But as soon as they break up, oh, she's a, oh, she this, she that. She ain't this, she ain't that. Yeah. But you never posted this woman when y'all was cool, when everything was good for you. That's fake. That's fake to me. The same thing with women. You see this woman, she posts every day on Facebook. Sometimes you don't even know she got a man until Valentine's Day or Christmas and pajamas, matching pajama time. But other than that, but as soon as they break up, memes about how he ain't this or, the toxic shit. Comparing our life to everybody else's highlight reel is what's really the problem. Now everybody anxious, thinking that they behind. You not behind. You're distracted. We chasing clout instead of competence. Attention became currency, and people can't sit with themselves no more. That's what's really the problem. And that's really dangerous. As a culture, as a people, that's dangerous. And when distraction is not enough, people start numbing. Which brings me to my next topic. Everybody's self-medicating and calling it healing.
Everybody's self-medicating and calling it healing. Chicago Unfiltered. Real talk, healing looks different for everybody, but it don't gotta hurt you first.
Sad appeal. You stressed? Let me give you something to smoke. Your heart broke. Come get this drink. We numbing symptoms, not solving causes. Pain don't disappear. It waits. Then it comes out of anger. Then it comes out as anger. Lashing out at people that you mad at. Or lashing out at people that's bothering you, but you're really not mad at. It's not their fault that you're going through whatever you're going through. Addiction and sabotage. Now, people think addiction is just drugs, pills, and this and that. It could be a way of life. It could be sex, gambling. What is your addiction? Because everybody has one. Because we're creatures of habit. We're habitual creatures. And healing ain't cute. It's boring and uncomfortable. So people choose to escape. Liquor, smoke, crack, heroin, whatever your vice is. Today, you feel like escaping reality. You got that person that's, hey, come on, y'all, let's everybody do coke. You know a lot of y'all doing coke now. What happened to building? What happened to the community deciding our growth was more important than sabotage? Let me explain. Black Wall Street wasn't just an idea. It was an idea that became a reality. Why do those histories and those ideas not become cycles? Why do the cycles that repeat always have to be the negative ones? But after all that, people still asking, well, why am I not where I want to be? Because feelings don't build futures. Which leads to my next topic. Motivation is a lie. Discipline is the real flex. Motivation comes and goes.
Motivation is a feeling. It's a lie. Wait on it and you'll stay stuck. Discipline, that's different. That's you showing up when it's cold, when it's dark, when nobody's clapping. That's you lacing the shoes, putting in the reps, packing the meal.
It comes and goes. Discipline shows up. You don't need hype. You need habits. You don't need quotes. You need consistency. Boring discipline, but undefeated. Discipline is very boring. But you gotta know that discipline is always undefeated. People addicted to exciting failure instead of boring success. And now let's bring this home. Because all this mindset, you see it heavy in the city. Streets don't pay mortgages. Why street fame is respected more than success? Why is destruction louder than construction? Kids learning survival, not strategy. The streets don't love you back. This city got too much talent to keep recycling funerals. Sometimes growth means leaving the block, not pretending that you own it. That leads to my last topic. Comfort is your enemy.
Comfort. Yeah, comfort is the enemy. It makes you soft. It keeps you the same. So we get up, we move. Cold air, cold water. This is where you find out who you are.
Comfort is the enemy.
I'm not saying this to shame nobody. I'm saying this because we capable of way, way, way more. But comfort killing ambition. Comfort killing accountability, y'all. Comfort killing community, y'all. We choosing easy over effective. Imagine choosing image over impact. If nothing changes, then simply nothing changes. So the real question is, what are you avoiding that you know you need to face? Because if we don't change the mindset, we just changing the scenery, and that ain't progress. This is Chicago Unfiltered. If the truth made you uncomfortable, good. Until next time, stay safe, stay smart, and always stay dangerous. I'm your host, Molly Balleray, and I'm out this motherfucker.